Welcome back to Match 3. This is Oldmanpoole. MTGO has failed us once again. I mean, I felt like I was on a nice streak there, but I think the streak is well and truly gone now. One mulliganed, I am not. We have a 2-drop, and then a 3-drop, and then a Quarry Beetle, and then a Curator, or whatever else we want. Sand seems great. And my opponent kept it 6, and then topped. Yeah, this hand's fantastic. On the off chance that he plays like an incredibly aggressive start, we're maybe in trouble, but yeah, he's just doing that. Pretty good. Let's play our Eternal. We'd like to draw another land just so we can play the Angler Drake after the Quarry Beetle, but alright. A Braid. Yeah, I'm fine with that. Would much rather do that than play the Weaver. Cool. All 3 colors even. The dream is alive. Really want to find... Yeah, I don't even know. Everything's good. It's like, what else can we dream up? Not much, as it turns out. Not much at all. Yeah, ramping for 2 is just crazy. Angler Drake, something next turn, we can Quarry Beetle. We draw our land. That's an island, I guess we could Curator and cancel. Oof. Looks like my opponent just had a really rough draw. I think I'm not going to play the Quarry Beetle, because I actually kind of want to cycle the Desert. If I cycle the Desert, then I can use Quarry Beetle to get it back. That actually seems pretty good. I think I'm going to play the Curator this turn and cycle the Desert at the end of his turn. I think that's perfectly fine. Alright, and we'll just pass here. Ooh, well, I guess that was the reason. So he was just playing it really slow. Not a bad play. Okay, he gets the sick 2 for 1. We get a little bit of value right off here. Do I want the gift? I don't think I do. I've got all my colors. I'd rather just find either... Like, this is probably worse than a land. Let's draw a card. Claw Speed. Don't need Claw Speed. And I guess actually we do need to find one more land to play the Quarry Beetle. So maybe we should have kept that. If we find the land, though, I'm in much better shape. Yeah, okay. Now let's play our Aerial Guide. And hope to hit a land. So, Hour was pretty good there. But still only a 2 for 1. The fact that it cut off our mana was a pretty big deal, though. Looks like he probably had that in his opening hand and was just playing the slow game. Titan's big. That's all I really have to say about it, but it's definitely true. Okay, well, let's play our Oracle. That should find us some land, at least. Okay. Do I want either of those? I don't think I want the Pyramid. I want Reason to Believe. I don't actually think so. I think I'd just rather find lands. And we're going to play 5-drop, 5-drop if we don't find a land anyway. And if we find a land, then we need Reason a lot less. This is, yeah, let's put... That's kind of funny. Yeah, let's put that in the graveyard. That on top. Swing with our Aerial Guide. Okay. We're gonna take a lot here. That's okay. Resolute Survivors. Not a bad one, certainly. And Frontline Devastator. Okay, so my opponent's got has a board state, certainly. So let's play Quarry Beetle. Bring back our desert. Yes, we would. And I think I'm just gonna swing with the aerial guide. I don't really love chump blocking with it. I guess maybe I should leave it back and we could double block this since he doesn't have anything else. And we've got lots of value. I'm pretty sure, unfortunately, I need to throw the Quarry Beetle in front of the Devastator because he's just gonna pump it into oblivion. Yeah, let's not swing. We don't need to race here, even if it means losing an aerial guide. Swings with everything. Okay. It's that life drain. Block, block, block. Or we could just take 5. We should kill off the survivors. And then Angler Drake that next turn. Not the worst. It's a little bit less bad if he has a trick, because it's unlikely to kill both of them. But if he has a trick on this guy, it definitely will kill us. On the other hand, this is just going to be tapped for a turn. I think I like this. We'll take our 2 damage. And probably pumps to Oblivion, and then we'll see what he has. Active Heroism. Okay, that's bad. That was a pretty good draw. Okay. Yep. We'll go down to 11. Play the Angler Drake next turn. Bounce my opponent's Titan. And keep playing lands fairly aggressively. We have Believe in our hand. Or in our graveyard, rather. Yes, slows him down a fair amount at least. Yes, we would. Okay. Okay. So we now have 8 mana, so we can play Colossipede and cancel. Don't hate that. Let's pass here. Plan on double blocking the Titan. He can kill off whichever of those 2 he likes, but... Well, actually, if he swings with the survivors, will probably kill that instead. If he's got a good spell, we can just cancel it. No swing. I like no swing. So I think we're just going to play Believe. A little bit dubious just into the dark, but we'll see what we hit. Okay. And got out of the way for next turn. And let's pass. Yeah, I mean, my opponent's played well. We maybe played a little bit loosely. I think acting, double blocking the Titan there was okay. That was a pretty big value loss, and maybe we'd been better off doing the survivors. Ooh, opponent exiles. Just a little bit too late. We want to counterspell that. I don't think we care that much. Yeah. I think compared to some other cards you could have, we don't care. And we can kind of keep cancel up the rest of the game at this point. Let's crack this. And I guess let's get another island. Okay. Don't hate Feral Prowler. Not my favorite draw either, but Really, like, we'd love to see Sifter Worm or something. That's the dream. But or our God would be quite good too. But Prowler's a little bit nice because we can throw it in front of something that doesn't kill us. Okay, so unfortunately we're kind of at the point where we gotta cancel any spell he plays. If we're double blocking somewhere, we start taking a lot of damage pretty quick. So, yeah, anything he plays, especially with like a zombie, I think we just gotta get rid of. Maybe I should have killed off the survivors. Yeah. Although I think I like our play better if he doesn't have a trick, and he had just top decked. Like, there was no guarantee he had something. Yeah. Would you rather have something big? Maybe we'd rather do that. Well, actually, I wonder if the flyer's gonna end up mattering. If we find one of our big threats, the game, I think, doesn't end up mattering all that much. We'd rather have a 4/4 flyer. I think we'd rather have the 5/5. Although, most of these things aren't just 2 power. What if you drew the first strike one? First strike one's pretty bad. Maybe we just need a double block in case he does have that. Alright, we'll let my opponent choose. Well, we still cancel. Yeah, I guess I'm not sure which I'd like better, so we'll let my opponent choose. And this way we don't get destroyed by like the +1/+1 first strike if he uses a trick and then another trick. Okay, he likes killing out the claw speed. Not unreasonable. No play. Ritualist. I like me a Ritualist. Mostly because it's a big butt, but we can use it to make more insects on the off chance that we find whatever that card is. Scarab God. Sunset Pyramid's obviously looking really good right now, but I think at the time I was happier pitching it. Maybe we should have kept it. There's been a lot of plays this game, and maybe a lot of them that have been a little bit questionable. Cancel's looking pretty good in our hand, though. I think my opponent is playing around it. I think he's acting like he knows we've got it. He might just be sandbagging lands, though, too. It's possible that he doesn't have anything to do with 8 mana. Well, I mean, the Devastator. Maybe he only has 1. Okay, Cartouche. Yeah, I think we have to counterspell that, unfortunately. Little effect, but making a 4/4/4 striker would be a pretty big deal. Alright. Hopefully he doesn't drop some other absurd card, but we just cannot effectively block that. Like, we chump block with the Prowler, and then have to start chump blocking just in general. It feels pretty bad pretty fast. Maybe he just got lands. No attack's good. No play is good, too. Okay. I'll just pass here. And the Pouncing Cheetah can spring into action next turn. Or at the end of this turn, rather. Okay, Camel. Lifelink. Not terribly relevant in this instance, but it is another creature. Yeah, we're gonna play this. I like having all of our mana open in case we find, like, the god. Okay, and next we'll play the Stalwart. Do we want to start swinging ever? I don't love it. We have 2 really good draws in our deck. Let's just play it careful. I think that we're better off as the game continues. Unless those are like the last 2 cards on our deck. We actually... Yeah, another Survivors is bad. Okay. That represents 4 life drain now. And maybe we do have to start swinging, though. Find a good effect. Ooh, Overcome. Okay, I think I'm going to swing with the Angler Drake this time. Could swing with everything. It's pretty obvious we have overcome then. But swing with everything. My opponent takes 10 from that. Another 4. Almost certainly. So 14. He'd probably block, like, let's say he blocks his best way possible and uses all of his toughness to block us. In that case, he's getting 10, 13 damage reduction. So all of this effect and the cat, which means we only get in for 2, 5, 9. Means he can have up to 10 surviving toughness and still get through. So he can leave like both survivors, resolute survivors alive. Yeah, I don't think we're quite to the point where we can play overcome. I think I like exerting with the stalwart. Oh yeah, that's not even counting the lifelink. I think I want the 4/4 to help block, and this is only a 2/2 on defense. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Okay, still no play. That is one of our last lands. I guess we still have 5 more in the deck. Maybe we actually run a lot of non-lands, considering how many cards we've drawn. Still don't love getting in with the Angler Drake. We're just really close to dead. These guys takes us to 5 anytime they swing and exert. Doesn't need tons. But so far he's drawn lots of lands too. I'm just worried he's gonna find one last big threat before we find Sifter Wormer or God. This is bad, looks like. Maybe. Puncturing Blow. Yeah, it's good. Alright. Okay. That's definitely not our favorite thing. So if he just swings in there with everything and exerts, we can kill off both of those, go to 1. We draw off the Feral Prowler. Not even necessarily, actually. Maybe we just want to chump block with the Prowler. Ooh, no swing still. I can't take it anymore. I can't take it. The walls are closing in. We have literally a billion mana. But so is my opponent, to be fair. We have 14, he's got 11. It's been a long game. Okay. Come in with everything and exerting. Okay, no combat trick it looks like. The fact that he didn't swing with that gives me a little bit more flexibility in my blocks. So I could just throw the Feral Prowler in front of him. One of them. I kind of like trying to kill both. I'll probably just leave the Prowler alive. In that case, he's just chump blocking. Kind of the best he can have is like a +2/+2. In which case he kills a Ritualist, whatever. We'll kill off one of these guys. It's a pretty big game. Overcome's not looking great for us right now. I think there are definitely... Yeah, okay. I think there are definitely games where it still ends up being quite good, but this has not been one. Evo T. Are we dead? Swings, exerts. I guess let's make him have it. Or make him do it. We do still have a card in hand, maybe he's... play conservatively. But I think he's got us. We had a lot of draws. Like I said, our best 2 cards are in the last 8, but... yeah, best 2 cards in this situation. We played a little bit sloppily around the hour. I do think it was probably still correct to cycle with the scry. With 2 draws, it was likely we're going to find one, and then if that was cycled away, then we can play the, whatever that card is. I think SE exiled it, the Quarry Beetle. And then we're just back on turn, but ended up being a little bit slow. Yep, alright. Call out the GG. Too bad, too bad. Alright, what do we like here? He is aggressive. I think we do need to play more defensively. I can't decide if I like Overcome. It just feels like such a powerful effect. And just kill people out of nowhere, but maybe it's not the best. Sunset Pyramid actually would have been pretty good in that game, but I think in general is going to be too slow. I do like Unsummon, he's got a lot of combat tricks. Spidery Grass maybe isn't terrible. We cut Overcome. Just might always be incorrect is the thing. But maybe that's not how we win the game anyway. Maybe we win the game by finding Locust God, or smacking him with Angler Drake enough. Is Spidery Grasp better than Overcome? Spidery Grasp is a defensive card. I don't even know. If we end up in like a racing scenario at all, Overcome just is absurdly good is the thing. I think I'm going to keep it over the Grasp, even though Grasp was pretty good in a race too. Okay, let's submit. Hope for another good hand. We've been blessed all match. Yep, this one's great. Good keep. We'll go Stalwart into Aerial Guide and be glad that we kept the Overcome in our hand. One also kept. Hopefully, as not quite as good a hand as we do, but don't hate drawing lands. No play. I like no play. And Oasis Ritualist I like a lot too, because that turns our Locust God into a turn 5 play. Let's go ahead and swing. If he abrades, that's fine. That's probably the most likely play, but nope, nothing. Our Arrow Guide wants to shoot that. I'm also okay with that. No play. Resolute Survivors. It's a good one. So here comes back to the question of we probably just shouldn't play aggressive because the Locust God just wins the game, almost certainly. So we're just gonna play it super cool, play our Ritualist, and pass. And not give him the opportunity. If we swing with both of those, it's awfully tempting to block with our Ritualist. If he has a pump spell or something, that's really bad for us. I mean, it's not a real, like, thought-intensive game plan, but it definitely is a game plan. Yeah, Emberhorn Minotaur's a good one. Don't hate me a Curator. Hard to argue with the Locust God, though. Let's add red. And just pass. The Emberhorn Minotaur is still pretty good against us. I don't love double blocking it, but I probably will. Good he plays. Okay, another Survivor. This looks like he's gonna make some nice exert plays. Please consider it. Okay. Yep. That's a pretty big game. A lot of drain pretty fast. I do think we need to throw the Locust God in front of this, which is a little bit unfortunate. And even if he has the +1/+, I guess actually the +1 blows us out, doesn't it? He's probably got the +2/+2 and untap. In which case, I want to keep the Arrow Guide alive more. Alright, let's do that. Rip God. Play him again next turn. No play. Okay. And no play for my opponent. Don't hate that. Cancel. So we have access to up to 7, but we can't play. I guess we could play the Curator and Keep Up Cancel. And maybe like that even better than the God. Although, I like just playing the God. If he ever gets to the point where he can't remove this for a turn, we just start going great. Oh man, stupid cards. They really are. You do have to play pretty fast here though. We've got to win this match and one more. And as we saw in the first match, the game could go pretty long. Yeah, that's a lot of life swing. What are the odds he has 2 tricks? He has 2 tricks, we're in really bad shape. I think we just want to make sure we kill one of these guys. Again, +2/+2, we maybe want to make sure we play around. I'm okay if he wants to kill off 2 of these guys instead. Yeah, let's definitely get rid of one of these guys, though. Ooh, it just kills the Stalwart. Okay. That was pretty good. Sifter Worm is not bad either. Let's play our Sharpshooters. We do need to find a red again before we can start playing the Locust God, but I'm getting rid of both Resolute Survivors there. Seems pretty good for us. We have a pretty good hand. They're done. No desert yet. We'll definitely offer to trade though. If we ever get up to 7 again, Sifter Worm is just great. Trade. I'll play our Curator. Still no desert. Pulls Mummy. Yeah, don't really care what you get rid of. 2 survivors is pretty good. Ooh, don't hate gift. Let's enchant that. And I'm just gonna leave up cancel. I don't think we need to play the Cunning Survivor. I think we just swing with the 1 here. If he plays a desert, I don't really want to take 4. So we're not going to get in with the Curator quite yet. Again, we have so much late game here. Trades. And with me. We can start playing the God again and have Sifter Worm. I think this game's pretty well in hand. Okay, opponent concedes. Alright, match 3. Let's go ahead and take out our cancel, put in our Spidery Grasp. I think that's the only change we want to make. Okay, need one more. We're close to that sweet 3-0, but we definitely maybe not played as optimally as we could, so. Okay, this hand is, I think, pretty good. We do need to draw lands fairly desperately, but we are on the draw. If we hit 1 land, we've got Gift, and then we can play the Curator Mysteries. We have Unsummon, Stalwart, and the God. I think this hand is pretty good. Just do need to draw lands. Lands are important. Unsummon, I think, is pretty great. And actually, Feral Prowler is pretty nice, too. I think there's a very high chance this is a 1-for-1 because we can get a trick and some good tempo in this matchup. Paramount. Okay, do need to find our land though. We could definitely lose if we don't. The thing is, if we find 1, I think we're kind of set. We can find others, but we do need to find 1. Puzzle Mummy? No, Initiate. Cool. Good job, kitty. Land. Burn it. Alright. That is rough. Our stalwart. Pass. So we're gonna take low-hanging fruit if he gives us, okay, a braid. Harsh Mentor. It's an ability, but an artifact creature isn't a land ability. So we have none in our hand right now. So do I want to throw the Prowler in front just to draw a card? If a land isn't on top, that's good, potentially. If there is a land on top, it's bad. Or we just like the 2 life that this consistently provides against like the Harsh Mentor. I think I do like the life. Alright. Give us a land. Come on, land. Oh no! Alright, well this game might be close to over at this point. Man. Gift of Paradise will be a little bit of a swing back. We have some good cards. Well, it's almost out of cards, but... Ugh, the land screw. Curses. Wow. That is brutal. We should have been... Oh man, that is brutal. Okay. Alright, well, let's block at this point. We're just gonna cycle the Curator, I think. I think we're pretty desperate. Maybe we should have done that before blocking. Actually, we probably should have. Man, sometimes you just cannot buy a land, can you? Alright. I'm gonna keep the Locust God. I think the only way I can think of that we get back into this game is that, but I'm pretty sure we're just dead. Ugh. The 4-cost Stone Rain. No! Yeah, this game's over. Dang it. Dang it. It's a lot. Well, we drew almost perfectly land-wise all match, so, or all 3 matches, so we can't really complain at the end there. Ugh. What a way to lose, though. Dang it. And our hand looked so good, we just need to hit 1 land. We just need 1! Darn it. Well, thanks everybody for watching. I think the deck was sweet. This is the first time we've really been able to put together the blue-green ramp deck. We got super hooked up by drawing opening the Locust God in pack 2. I think that did win us a lot of our games. We never got to play Sifter Worm, which was a bit of a shame, but Angler Drake was great. Let's look at our deck here. But Angler Drake seemed great. Overcome was really good in one match, really bad in one match. We didn't draw it tons otherwise. I don't know. This card is just really, really high power level, but maybe it's not like Overrun and you do kind of need the deck for it. I think that as green decks go, this is one of the worst for Overcome. Reason to believe you continue to be just okay. Curator was pretty good. Although, honestly, the games we won were largely because of the Locust God. That's just kind of a nuts card. Maybe... I had a really good experience with Sunset Pyramid at my pre-release, but maybe it is just too slow. Maybe it's a card that you sideboard in and are happy to sideboard it in some matchups, but I don't think it's actually a main deckable card. Just a shame, because I really like the design. I think it's really cool, but it just never seemed good. I sideboarded it out every match. Yeah, so sorry, Sunset Pyramid. Anyway, those are the main takeaways I had from the deck. Thanks everybody for watching. I had a blast playing this deck. It was nice doing something that wasn't quite as aggressive and had a little bit of a different game plan. It definitely seems like it's viable. There are a bunch of good late game threats, although we did have probably 3 of the best, to be fair. Bitter Blow, Sharpshooters also continues to be excellent. But yeah, thanks for watching. I'll see you guys next time.